Hello readers, welcome to my office. I have a mattress sitting in my library right now, so it's not the best place for filming, so I'm trying to come up with some different video ideas that can take advantage of the space that I do have. So today, I figured I would do a little shopping because we just finished up the holidays here. So I have an Amazon gift card that I got from someone at work. I have a Barnes & Noble gift card that I got from my grandparents, and I also have my link for second sale. So if you use that link, you get a discount and I get a kickback. This video isn't sponsored by them. I just have like an ongoing link available if you want a discount on some secondhand books. So don't judge me too harshly for the places that I'm shopping from because I have gift cards. So I'm thinking that for Barnes & Noble, I'll try and stick to some of the older books on my want to read list or want to buy list so I can get the paperbacks because Barnes & Noble does tend to be more expensive. And between Amazon and second sale, I should find some of the other books that I'd like. I wasn't really planning on shopping this soon after Christmas, but when you got gift cards, you got gift cards. A little bit about me and shopping. For one thing, I tend to shop a lot whenever I am feeling ill at ease. So the last couple of months with my mom being sick and then passing, there was quite a bit of money spent. Not like a horrible amount, but you know, I got some new things. I treated myself. This treat yourself thing really is not working out well. A little bit about me and book shopping. I tend to, at this point, I have a Brooklyn Public Library card that I pay $50 for every year. I pay for the library card because I don't live in Brooklyn. So if you don't live there, you have to pay to use the card. But with that, I have so many books that I get to read through that. And that has saved me hundreds and hundreds of dollars every year in reading books that I don't end up liking. So whenever I do shop for books, I try to buy books that are either from authors that I absolutely trust or books that I have read and liked and thus want to add to my library. Because the hope is that eventually my library will be almost exclusively, even now, it's almost exclusively books that I have already read and absolutely loved and want to keep in my library. My TBR shelf is getting quite the pile up, but that is going to be a big thing that I work on in 2023 is working on books that I own that I haven't read yet. So a lot of the books that I'm going to be buying today, or putting in my shopping cart at least, are books that I've already read and really enjoyed. So let's get started. First off, Such Sharp Teeth. We'll compare prices because, like I said, I'd like to keep it a little cheaper. I have read The Return and Cackle by Rachel Harrison and absolutely loved them. She takes a horror trope like vampires, witches, werewolves, and does this like just awesome women's empowerment kind of story. So the other thing with reading, I like to own physical copies of books that I love. So really, Such Sharp Teeth is a recent release, so I almost have to get it in hardcover. Although the other two books that I have from her are in paperback, but I want to read this, and I am not willing to wait for the paperback to be released. But I can get new and used for slightly less money. It said suspenseful music plays. That is hilarious. New 1875, but with the shipping, really, it would still be the $24.99, you know. How much is it on Barnes & Noble? Such Sharp Teeth. Also, I was inspired for this video, actually. There's some makeup people that I watch on YouTube who, also, I'm going to block that, who do like window shopping with people, And a lot of it's like commentary on fashion and makeup and stuff that they don't want to buy. But again, my mattress is taking up my library, and I don't have that much to say about books that I'm not going to read right now. So I just figured I'd take you shopping with me. So this is going to be just a rambly, cozy shopping with me video, and you can see like what books I'm wanting to read, what I've got on my list. I who have never known men. This is one that Emily Fox from Books with Emily Fox has read recently and just absolutely adored it. Talked about it nonstop in her last couple of videos. Best book of the year for her. So definitely want to add to cart. That, like, do I want to add it to cart? Let me check. I'm not bringing up Libby on the computer too. I'm just going to check Libby on my phone right now. I'm going to see if it is available there, because it hasn't typically been available. It is, okay. It is available through Brooklyn Public Library. So I will go ahead and put a hold on that book, because I do want to read it, but also I want to own books that I love. So since it's available through the library, I will hold off on purchasing that. This one, Murder the Biography, this is not available through the Brooklyn Public Library, and I know that. So let's see. Not one of these is the book that I'm looking for. Let's see if it's available. Kate Morgan. There we go. Murder the Biography. This was recommended by Victoria from what Victoria read. I think it looks super interesting. And hey, it's available in paperback. We'll add to cart. All right. So for second sale, I have Mallory O'Meara's 2 nonfiction books so far that she's come out with, and I have been wanting hardcover copies. But, like, they don't have to be new hardcover copies. Here we go. They're both available. Add to cart. Yes. It doesn't say if it's hardcover, but I'm going to hope that it's hardcover. That is one thing I will say with this website is you don't want to do necessarily, like, book cover shopping on this site. More just, like, books you want to own. Usually they're pretty good. Every now and then I'll get one that it's like, oh, I didn't realize that this was the copy that I ordered. But there we go. So I have Mallory O'Meara's 2 books in my cart. I'm very excited about that. I've been wanting, I actually had a copy of Lady from the Black Lagoon, but it was an ARC, and the cover was literally just a gradient with the title. Like, they didn't even have the cover art yet, and I'm like, no thank you. Let's admit it, most of us here on BookTube, we cover shop. Like, we totally do the cover buys. You can't help it, you know? There's just some book covers that are so pretty. So it's what happens. The Husbands by Chandler Baker. There we go, from $4.39, add to cart. So they have cheap used books, and you get a discount if you use my link. Unfortunately, I don't have a code, I just have a link, because I had some problems with coupon websites. But I get a kickback, you get a discount on some already cheap books. Win-win-win for everybody. Ace is another book that I read recently by Angela Chen, and I really loved that. I have some Ace people in my life, and it really gave me some perspective that I didn't have. Like, I'd been educated on asexuality previously, but this was just really, it really dives into like how it affects relationships and different ways of thinking about it, and I really appreciated what I got out of that book. Oh, the Brown Sisters. I need the Brown Sisters books because I own I own the first one. I own Chloe Brown. I also need to get Eve Brown and Danny Brown because I am joining the Brown Sisters read-along with Victoria and a couple of other people that she's in with. Because I loved those books. Though Talia Hibbert single-handedly got me interested in reading romance, which I was not interested in previously. So for that, love it. The current copy I have is the paperback, so I'm hoping that they will all be paperback. Yes, good and very good have like the same price, so that's fine. Add to cart. Cleaning out my wish list as I go on. There is Alka Joshi wrote a book series, The Henna Artist. It's going to be a trilogy, but I don't think the third book is out yet. And being a trilogy, similar to the Brown Sisters, I want matching book covers. When I went to Barnes & Noble and I saw The Henna Artist and the second book, The Secret of Jaipur, they were the same book cover, not the same, like the same style of book cover, but one was significantly taller than the other, and I'm like, no, I cannot have a trilogy of differently sized books. Different covers is one thing, different sizes, I'm like, nope, can't do it. So I am gonna hold off on that. But something else that I really loved, I always think under the Undala tree, it's under the Udala trees. This one was a really good one. I read a couple of books like this, so I'm not sure which one this was, but I think it's like talking about a couple of the different wars that were in Africa and like life in Africa. Tentatively add to cart. I really want to get lessons in chemistry, but I don't know. I loved it, but I'm willing to wait for the paperback, you know? So some books you're willing to wait, some books you aren't. Do I have anything else on here that's just really getting to me? Vita Nostra. Vita Nostra. I would love to own a copy of Vita Nostra. There are, as far as I can tell, 5 books in the series. The first one is the only one that has been translated from Russian. And Emily Fox on her channel had talked about I Who've Never Known Men and how it's actually a book in French, and she speaks French, but she didn't realize the book was in French, so she ended up reading the English copy, but the very first line of the book is about, like, people should know the language that a book is written in so that they can read it in its original language, and I love that idea. That is a lot of work. I have more time in my life now, but I don't want to wait the years and years and years it would take me to learn Russian well enough to actually be able to read and understand this book. Anyways, long tangent to say that this is a series of 5 books. Only the first one has been translated. It's not a great cover. The second one is getting translated this year. But I do really want to own a copy, and I might... This is a book series that I hate the translated cover so much. Even the Russian covers aren't great. I might just buy whatever copies, because I got some paper bags that I always meant to create some of my own book covers, and I might just make a project out of the Vita Nostra series and make my own book covers, you know? Let's see. I'm getting a lot on second sale right now, but I should actually be using my gift cards. I am not going to go through and see how much is in my cart and everything just yet. I'm gonna wait on that. I might just do that off screen. So let's do this one. Editor's pick, whatever that means. Paperback. Add to cart. Paperback or hardcover? I'm feeling more into hardcovers lately. Like, I do enjoy a good hardcover, but paperbacks are so floppy. You gotta love a floppy book, you know? Near the Bone by Christina Henry. I believe this book is officially my absolute favorite book of 2022. I cannot express to you how much I love this book. I think everyone, absolutely everyone, should read this book. It is a phenomenal, amazing, wonderful book. Gotta love it. I'm also, this one I'll search on Barnes & Noble because I think I'm getting to the end of the Amazon card. I'm probably also getting to the end of my Barnes & Noble card. The Witches Are Coming by Lindy West. I read, I think, 3 of her nonfiction books in a row. This one was by far my favorite. I haven't read Shrill yet. I should read Shrill. I just haven't read it yet. They have a signed copy. They have a signed copy. I don't need a signed copy. I think I have 2 signed books that I can think of in my whole collection. They were personally signed to me by the authors, which is really awesome. I wouldn't mind having more signed books. I just don't usually want to pay the extra. But it's fine. Okay. I have some other books on my list, but this is kind of like what I've really been wanting to buy right now, and this should fill up my carts pretty nicely. So, thank you all for shopping with me and for hanging out for this super rambly video. Hope you really like my office. I don't think you can really see the effect. You can kind of see the effect on my face and in the shadows, but I have some pink LED lights hooked up right now. I can change the color to whatever. They're just pink right now, but I lined my desk in LED lights because I wanted it to be fun. These letters also light up, but I don't usually have the energy to get up on the ladder and turn each of them on individually. Yeah, hopefully the mattress will get taken out of my library soon because we got a new mattress, so we had to have some place to put the old mattress until we wait to get it moved. Hopefully I can have my library back soon because I really miss having a designated reading spot. Hey everybody, so my books just came in and I thought I would walk you through them because they're a little bit different from what I was showing that I was ordering. I struggled a bit with the Barnes & Noble website because I didn't know my membership number and I cannot find my membership card anywhere. So there's that. But I went to the physical store, and of course my physical store never actually has anything that I am looking for, so I didn't pick up any physical books. It was all ordering things in. So that order did change a little bit. So for Barnes & Noble, I did miss that big like hardcover sale that they had going on, but they had buy one get one half off for a bunch of books, and I picked up Black Phone, which I find it interesting that the title was changed from 20th Century Ghosts. Both titles make sense to me. I mean, I've seen the movie. I haven't read the book yet, so I do want to read the book because I loved the movie. I picked up Nothing But Black Teeth, which I did not like. I'll detail that a little bit more in my Hawaii vlog that's coming up because I read it on the flight there. This is going to a friend this afternoon because I'm like, I don't care. Take it. You're interested in reading it? Take it. And then I also got Such Sharp Teeth. So picked these 2 up, had to order this one. I've been super excited for this. I wasn't sure about getting it as a hardcover because all of her other books I only own as paperback, and I kind of wanted to keep that trend going. But also, I'm not going to wait a year for the paperback to come out to read this book. From Amazon, I have 3 books. I should have 4. Because Grady Hendrix's new book was released yesterday, but it's not showing up until Friday. But I'm not sour about it. But also that was ordered before this website thing that I did, or online shopping thing that I did. But I picked up Murder the Biography. I believe this was recommended by Victoria from what Victoria read. It sounds fascinating and actually gave me a bit of an idea for a future recommendations video, so be excited for that. I picked up Near the Bone. I've been wanting a copy of this since I read it like last January, I believe, and I just hadn't picked up a copy yet, but I absolutely adored this. Like I said, I'm trying to curate my shelves mostly to be stuff that I have read and know that I love. This is a what do you call it? Like a supernatural monster, a secluded area, but it's really a tale about like overcoming trauma and dealing with traumatic events. So is the monster actually the supernatural monster that's kind of hanging out on the edges of the story, or is the monster her husband? You'd have to read it to find out. Highly recommend. I want to try some of her other books, but I know she does a lot more, like, I think young adult fairy tale kind of stuff, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't know if I'll pick up any of her other books. Also, a while back, Hillary from Melted Books had recommended Ace. I read it. I have someone very important to me in my life who is Ace, and this gave me so much more perspective and understanding. Like, I knew what asexuality was and I knew what went into it, but this really helped me more with interacting with that asexuality and having a much deeper understanding of it, and I highly recommend. I loved the audiobook because it made it really digestible. I'm not sure how digestible it would be necessarily as a physical book, but I still want it on my shelf. I want to write all sorts of notes in this book and post-it note it and just go crazy. So, physical copy for that. I also got Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I already own Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I just finished reading that for the Sisters Along that Victoria, from What Victoria Read, is hosting, and she also had the Illumicrate copies that had painted edges, so I painted the edges yesterday. It's actually really easy. Don't do like I did and clamp the whole thing together. You want to separate your front and back covers, but you get like some clamps, like from a hardware store, and clamp it together so it's really tight, and water down some acrylic paint so it's not too thick, and you just paint the edges. So I paused her video on where it was showing the painted edges so I could tell what colors everything was, and I just painted my own. Now I don't need the Illumicrate versions. Those were both books from second sale, and then I also got The Husbands by Chandler Baker. This is like a reverse of Stepford Wives, so we're following the wives instead of, or not following the wives. The wives are kind of taking over and being the bosses of everything instead of the husbands. I think I have a full review on this book. It gave me some really mixed ideas on feminism, but I loved that book. And then I finally have the beautiful hardcover copies of The Lady from the Black Lagoon and Girly Drinks. So, hope you enjoyed that little kind of haul at the end of the shopping video. Please like, subscribe, be my friend on social media, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, friends.